guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be answering some questions because I didn't realize how many questions I was going to get on my last surgery vlog, my labiaplasty vlog. I got a lot of questions about different things, so I'm just going to go through the questions and basically answer them for you guys because yeah, it's something that's not really that talked about and I don't understand why. I think it's because it has to do with like a private area. People don't talk about it or like even admit that they've done it. I don't know. Basically the whole porn industry has done it, just saying. But so the first question is how long does it take to recover after a labiaplasty? So I think this question kind of varies on the person too, but for me, so I'm gonna answer this in parts. Okay, so first of all, how long did I take to return back to work? So if you don't know, I'm a hairstylist, so I'm on my feet all day. So my job back to work may be different than yours. Like your time difference might be different, but my surgery was on a Friday. So I took Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I was gonna go back to work on Tuesday. And then I decided to take one more day off just because mainly because I knew that I was going to be on my feet all day and I just didn't feel like I was ready for that. And I was like, let me just give myself an extra day just in case. So that would be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I gave myself 4 days off of completely like hanging out, watching movies. That was pretty much it. I probably could have went back to work Tuesday, but I would have been sore by the end of the day for sure. I still was on Wednesday, but not as bad. So yeah, I would say 4 days. I took off 4 days, and my job is on my feet. So that's what worked for me. Also, when you say like recover, when you say recover, that takes longer. Like, what does that mean exactly? You know what I mean? So like 4 days to go back to work. As far as like not feeling okay, so I would say week 1 and 2 are pretty simple. Like I would say the first week, once you're done with the first week, you're pretty good. You pretty much, you have a follow-up appointment your first week, like probably like day 7, and it was fine. Like she was like, everything's going smooth, everything's going great. So then week 2 goes by, you don't really feel much. Yeah, like you have stitches down there and stuff, so like it's kind of the same as, it's just getting better, like it's healing. But then when week 3 comes, your stitches, it depends on what kind of stitches you get, but they start to fall out or absorb or whatever happens. Basically the stitches are like, they almost feel like they're tightening, so it almost is even more uncomfortable than week 2. So that kind of sucks. So I would say you kind of go through like 3 to 4 weeks of like discomfort at least. So yeah, it's kind of like different. I don't know, like that's how I would explain my experience. Was week 1 was pretty much healing. Week 2 was fine. Like it was fine. Like if I like turned a certain way, it might have felt a little uncomfortable, but other than that I was fine. But then when week 3 came, my stitches were coming out and like doing what they were supposed to do, but it was more uncomfortable. And then week 4 came and it started to get better again. And then they say, this is actually the next question, is when can you have sex after a labiaplasty? So they say, every doctor's different, but mine said 6 to 8 weeks. Like it's kind of like, well, she said you can try at 6 and like it's, you know, listen to your body basically. So I tried at maybe 8 because I was scared. Like I didn't do it right away. And even 8, I was like, it was just, honestly, you don't even want to right away. Like you kind of are nervous because like you're scared you're gonna like, you know, rip something or whatever. I don't know about everybody, but that's how I was. So like I didn't even try anything until like way longer down the line. So like I didn't even listen to that. Like I was like a scaredy cat. So I would say 6 weeks you can try, see what happens. Listen to your body. If it is a painful thing, it's not ready. Like if it's, obviously it's gonna be like a little tighter because like number one, it's been a while, and number 2, you've had surgery down there. So like the tissue, the tissue is new tissue, or tighter, like whatever she needed to do down there, it's different than it was. So just listen to your body, listen to the way that you're feeling. If you feel like you can do it, go for it. But it is a little nerve-wracking when it's time to go there. So this question was, how much does a labiaplasty cost? I don't know about the normal price. This right here says $700 to $7,500. Mine was nowhere near that. Mine was about $3,000 with everything, like medicine and all that. I didn't have like anesthesia or anything, but yeah, mine was about like $2,800 to $3,000. I don't know why this one says so much more. I will say that I got it done in a pretty rural part of Georgia. It was a pretty small clinic, and she didn't advertise labiaplasties. Like, she was a fertility doctor, so she, you know, was very familiar down there, but she wasn't like, her main thing wasn't labiaplasties. It was like fertility and things with that. So yeah, so maybe that's why she was less. I honestly don't know, but that's how much I paid. So yeah, next is, does insurance ever cover labia reduction? So I was told that it doesn't. I hope in the future that they do end up doing that, because it can be something that is like painful and uncomfortable to the point of like wanting to get a labiaplasty. So like before you even get it, you can have pain and discomfort down there from your own body, just like being like having too much skin down there or whatever. So yeah, basically I feel like they should, but apparently they don't. So what should you consider if you're looking for a surgeon? I would say obviously a gynecologist, board certified. Look at before and after pictures, go on Real Self, do whatever you gotta do. Just research, guys, with anything you're doing. Just research what you're doing and who's doing it to you. Who would be a good candidate? Okay, so this is a good question because there are two ways to get a labiaplasty, because there's, you know how there's the labia majora and then there's the labia minora. So like you can either get both done if you feel like you need it, or you can get one. So if you feel like the middle part is too long or uneven or whatever you feel like, that would be one thing, and then the outer part, that's a different thing. I think it's still called a labiaplasty, but it's a little different. So I would say go to your gynecologist or the person that you're researching and just have a consultation and see what they say. They may be like, you know what, you don't need one, or you know, whatever they're saying. Just go to them and see what they say. So the next one was what happens during a labiaplasty. I just basically just told you, like sometimes they feel like there's too much skin there, so they cut it off, or they feel like it's uneven, so they make it more even. Just, it's really a cosmetic procedure, but there are people who have excess skin down there to the point where it like hurts them just to like walk or like do anything. So that is kind of like, I feel like should be more than cosmetic. But okay, that's pretty much the questions. So now I'm kind of going to tell you about I had a little bit of a horror story. So if you want to hear that, stay tuned. Basically, I had to get like another surgery afterwards, about 8 weeks after I got my original surgery. Apparently a stitch had ripped, so there was a part that didn't heal properly that way that it was supposed to. So she was like, just come in and it's kind of like a fixing that part. And she was like, and we'll do something with scar tissue, like to even it out. Not J plasma. It was plasma, where they like spin your own blood and then they inject it into you, and it basically evens out like if like the stitches gave you any unevenness or like whatever. And she was like, we'll add that in there since like you have to go through this again. And I was like, okay. So I had to go through basically a whole nother surgery. It wasn't as long, but it was about 30 minutes. But I mean, just to go through that again is just like, it kind of messed with my head. I was like, I don't know if this was worth it for me. Like, I was fine down there. Nobody had any complaints. I didn't have any like super complaints. Like, I just wanted it to be prettier than what it was. So I think, I don't know if it's worth it. Like, honestly guys, like, consider hard with this surgery. Like, do you really, really, really think it's worth it? Because just doing that, like going through that again, I was just like, to me, I probably would do it again, but like, you gotta mentally prepare for this one because it's your lady part. I would probably do it again, but it's definitely close to I probably wouldn't. So just strongly consider this. Also, I got a question, like, can I hide this from my husband? Like, he's leaving for 5 days, and do I think that she'll be able to hide it? No, I don't. I think that it's great that he's gone for those 5 days because you can heal for those 5 days, but when he comes back, he's your husband. Like, he's gonna know something's up. Like, well, it depends how close you are, but I mean, if he lives with you, he's gonna know. He's just gonna know. Like, it's not as obvious after 5 days, but it's a process to heal. So I think you should just go ahead and tell him. Strongly consider this one. Just do your research. Make sure if you're gonna do this that you take the proper time off and just let yourself heal. Don't have sex too quick. Just be careful with this one because it's your lady parts, you know? And then if you still want to have kids after this, like, I feel like maybe if you are on the fence about it and you haven't had kids yet, maybe wait till after you have kids or whatever. I don't know. I just think that this one you need to really consider. Like, with your boobs, I would do my boobs again in a heartbeat, like, no questions asked. But this one is a little iffy to me, to be honest. But all in all, I think I would do it again. So I hope this answered your questions. I hope this helped you out somehow. So yes, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.